Hi there and welcome back, where today I'm going to be using a piece of software called Midjourney to see if I can create some artwork of our favourite artists. Now, Midjourney is an AI art generator. You might have seen this is a really popular thing recently, and basically what it does is you type something in and then using some algorithms, some pretty exciting and interesting understanding of how to create art in all different styles, it goes through, probably trawls the internet and then makes these original pictures based on what you said. Now, apparently it does respond to celebrity names. So, I'm going to see if I can make some artwork of our favourite artists. I already actually made a little bit of artwork by typing in some keywords for our channel, and it came up with some really cool images it made relating to some of the subject matter that this channel is about, which I thought was awesome. So anyway, I thought I'd dive straight in with probably the band who most people following this channel seem to be really into, which is Band-Maid. So, okay, I'm going to type in Band-Maid like their review. Let's see what we get for that. Okay, I'm going to be honest, that one is a little bit on the disappointing side. I feel this is not a strong start. So we got, I mean, I like this reds, whites and blacks. It's clearly got a Japanese feel. It gives you 4 options for each thing you type in, and you can select if you really like one of them to have it blown up into a larger scale. The one in the bottom left, it's the flowers. You've got like the conqueror vibe there, but it still doesn't really tell us much. It's got nothing to do with reviews. The one in the top right, it looks a bit like a scary mouth. I don't know, I mean, I could say the one in the top left, it looks like it's maybe like Miku's lipstick and her hair from the side, but I'm not really sure that was what I would consider successful. I might be struggling with the name Band-Maid. Maybe a 2-word band title is a bit difficult for a second. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go for Miku Kobato likes her review. Let's see what we get for that. Okay. I hope this gets stronger. If I publish this video, then it must have got stronger. So yeah, but so far I don't know. Is there like an anime character called Miku Kobato? Because yeah, and again, nothing about reviewing. This is really not a strong start. I hate to say it. I'm wondering whether, because this is obviously a Western software, I'm assuming it might just not be familiar with Japanese celebrities. So well, I don't know how it's come to that conclusion. What I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to type in Band-Maid again, but I'm going to do it like when you're doing a Google search. If you want to get 2 words and put them together, you put speech marks around them. So I'm going to do like Band-Maid like their review. And let's just see if it gives us something a little bit better for that. Okay, that's not too bad. Although the faces, now I love art, but I don't like know anything about the different types of art. I wouldn't be able to tell you cubism from anything. It's rather ironic considering the shirt I'm wearing. But this is definitely a certain very specific style of art. But wow, it looks dark. I mean, the top right one has a slight angry Miku vibe, I guess. Oh no, maybe not. It's kind of like a compound face of all of them. The one in the top left, she just looks like an angry maid. The one in the bottom right, again, that has this sort of abstract Band-Maid walking around feel. I don't know. This is about like what I was hoping for from the first one. This kind of level. This is kind of okay. So if putting Band-Maid into quotation marks worked, I'm going to try putting Miku Kobato now. Maybe the review thing is maybe not helping as well. So I'm going to do something like I'll do something with pigeons. So see if we can get Miku Kobato with some pigeons. See what that comes up with. This definitely though, this would make some really weird out there Band-Maid artwork. I think this is too depressing to be Band-Maid, and yet at the same time, if you want to be the person who's got like some really weird merch that's just like unexpected, I don't know, maybe you could pass this off as Band-Maid merch. Pretty scary stuff. Okay, so for Miku Kobato feeding pigeons, it does seem, maybe it's not the speech marks then, because this has gone straight back to that anime style like last time we typed in Miku Kobato. So I think, unfortunately, I think her name is not famous enough for this app to actually recognize. So we're kind of getting this weird anime thing. Maybe it just sees the name Miku and like, I don't know, it's thinking like Hatsune Miku or something. But yeah, we've got the pigeons. There's definitely a pigeon vibe here. I think Miku would be proud of the pigeony feeling of this. But that's kind of around and about where we would draw the line. I also noticed with the, when we did the Band-Maid one, like I say, that that was kind of, I was getting the vibe because they had the outfits and everything, but none of their faces looked like any of the members of Band-Maid as much as I tried to want them to. So honestly, I don't think it's actually recognizing their faces. So if it's not going to specifically pick up on their faces, I'm going to try and go for something a little bit more general. Just try and get something that looks kind of in that area. So maybe something about like Japanese made band or Japanese, and just see if we can get a picture of Japanese maids playing rock music. So let's give that a go. Let's see what we get. I gotta admit, I really like these. So what was it I typed in? It was Japanese maid playing guitar. I didn't really think about the fact that obviously it's going to go for a more traditional style. It's not immediately going to go for someone standing up slamming a rock guitar. So we got like, yeah, these guitars look, they do look like electric guitars. They're kind of very abstract looking guitars. But I like the one in the bottom right hand corner who's sort of playing it like she's playing a gentle shamisen on her lap, just sitting relaxing. But instead it's a guitar. The one in the top right has got just ever so slightly a bit of a Misa vibe going on there. Although, again, it's not a bass. She's got a bit of a Misa vibe there, I think. I like these. It's kind of, I don't know, it's a bit too old-fashioned. So it doesn't really look like their outfits, but the vibe's kind of there. It's kind of got the vibe. Okay, I'm going to really have to think about what to type next here. Again, I want it in a way, I want to go for really crazy things, but it feels if I go really crazy, I'm giving it too much. I just want to get the core basics down, but I must admit, with it not recognizing their faces, and like, when I type in maid, it's not necessarily going for what I want. Yeah, getting the whole vibe of rocking, it's a little bit difficult, so, okay, what am I going to do next? Okay, this one's kind of strange. Yeah, this seems... So a rock band of 5 Japanese maids is what I typed. It's got 5. For maids, again, I think its concept of what a maid is probably not what I'm expecting. I guess it is going for a very Japanese style of maid, I guess. I don't really know. I mean, I don't want to type in Akihabara maid because I don't, that might not work anyway. And yeah, the artwork's nice, but like 3 of them are almost exactly the same. And the top right, well, they're kind of all the same. They're just a row of people. None of them have the rock band. There's no rock, there's no band. I can't catch any of those vibes going on there. So they're nice, but yeah, I think we've crept a long way from what we wanted. So, all right, might be worth me trying something different, but I'm going to try one last ditch thing. I haven't tried doing anything in Japanese. So, I'm going to go for typing Band-Maid in Japanese. I mean, they don't type it in Japanese as much as they type it in English. So I'm going to go back to Miku Kubato. I'm going to write her name properly, Miku Kubato. And then I'm going to check, I get it right on the translator, Miku Kubato feeding pigeons. Okay, let's give that one a go. See what we get for that. If it recognizes Japanese, that might narrow it down. Either this thing doesn't understand Japanese at all, or it has gone in a real deep dive here. This is some ethereal nightmare stuff. It's both peaceful and beautiful and yet weirdly sinister. Like these empty spaces, the bottom left one with just that character there, but we have to talk about that thing in the top left. It looks like the ghostly spirit of a pigeon. There is definitely a pigeon. It must have understood the word pigeon, because that looks like the Grim Reaper of pigeons. That is horrifying. It looks like it's looking deep into your soul. That's what happens when you insult Band-Maid, especially Miku. If you give Miku a bad review, you'll just be a dark night, and you'll like look out your window, and you're going to see that. That is going to be looking back at you. That thing is going to haunt my nightmares. I am never going to question Band-Maid again. I have unlocked the code to see something I didn't want to see. Oh dear God. Anyway, I'm going to be honest. I don't think I'm going to get any closer on getting a Band-Maid image. I think actually the sort of the depressing sort of 1920s stern-faced one, in a way, that's the one I'm going for as my favourite. I think that kind of has, that has a bit of a Band-Maid, but I'm going to go for that. Anyway, what I'm going to try next. So I'm going to go for some more famous Japanese artists. But before I do that, I just want to try something out. I want to just see what happens if you type in like Japanese girls rock band. Actually, I think every time you type in Japan, you just get like traditional Japanese artwork. I think that's why it was going for those sort of old-fashioned made. So maybe something like Tokyo Girls Rock Band. I just want to see what comes out if I don't give it any leads on who the artist is. I've got to admit, that's cool. I like that. I would listen to that band. I want you guys to tell me though, what can you name any of these people? Do you think any of these are famous people? The one in the bottom left, I am getting a Scandal vibe. I'm getting a Scandal vibe. I am getting a Scandal vibe from that picture. Yeah, I don't know. I feel, I mean, it's probably just a composite thing it's made up. I would listen to that band. That band looks cool. I like the fact that in at least it's 2 band pictures, they've thrown in a red-haired member as well. In the top left, I think you can see a guitar neck, so she's clearly the guitarist. This thing does understand how to make a Japanese girls band. I'll give it that. I'm going to give it that. I really like this. I really hope someone find the closest picture to either, I mean, the band pictures, unless you can find an actual band photo that matches these. Yeah, fair enough. But if you can find something that matches either of the 2 singers on the left-hand side, I would be really impressed. Please do, so we can see maybe it's directly referencing something. The bottom left one, though, I am definitely getting a Scandal vibe. Let me know if you think so, but Haruna, I think you've been AI'd. All right, anyway. So, famous people, I thought I am going to start with, so basically I did a Google search to see just famous Japanese singers, see what would come up, and it mentioned Suzuka of Babymetal, and it mentioned Kyary Pamyu Pamyu. I was like, there you go, there's 2 artists who we've covered on this channel before, and obviously Babymetal really popular, a lot of people follow this channel, so I am going to try a little bit of, actually I'm going to try one with both of them. I'm going to type something crazy that has Kyary Pamyu Pamyu and Babymetal in, just try and suss if it recognises either of them and can get a good facial match on either of them. That is beyond horror. That is awesome though. I mean, I didn't realise, I thought, oh, eating ramen with Babymetal would just be fun. I didn't realise, again, it goes super abstract. All right, we got to go through these. All right, so the top left one, I'm pretty sure that looks like it's doing a Kyary Pamyu Pamyu face, although she is aged quite a lot in this picture. They've really aged her in this picture. But with the ramen in her head, I don't know where it came up with that idea. Clearly, it's referencing certain art styles as well. But yes, that looks like the sort of picture that Kyary Pamyu Pamyu would be 100% all for. The one on the top right, I didn't realise how far. I thought that was just a picture of ramen. I was like, that's weird. And then when I looked at it closer, yeah, there's actually appears to be like the dissolving faces of possibly the 4 mentioned people in that ramen. That's pretty horrifying. That's pretty horrific. Bottom left, getting a bit of a, it's a bit hard to tell. There's a bit of a Moa or a Yui vibe from that. Leaning over her ramen with the black hoodie up. That's kind of cool. But we have to talk about the bottom right one. That is insane. That is insane. This is definitely a Babymetal picture. Babymetal coming out of your ramen looking truly demonic. That is, I don't know. On one level, that is awesome. On another level, I'm like, where did it come up with this idea? Because that doesn't even look like art. That looks like it's just like taken a photograph and doctored them into it. Why it thought to put them in the ramen, I don't know. But that's just insane. And the one at the back, I don't know which member it is because it's so deformed, but it's like one of the members of Babymetal is at the back creeping out. I don't know whether she's going to eat the one at the front or whether she kind of looks like Darth Vader from the third Star Wars film where he gets the helmet thing removed. There's something truly demonic about this. So I don't know whether it's gone through Babymetal stuff and picked up there's a little bit of a hellish heavy metal vibe, but wow, it seems to go dark a lot. I don't know if this app is depressed, but it seems to go dark a lot. Wow, I don't know what to say about that. That is truly amazing. All right. I've got to think of something to do next. Okay, so definitely it seems to have a bit of a love for the Babymetal stuff. So I'm going to try and do like a real Babymetal tribute one. I'm going to do Babymetal with an army of foxes. That's something that anyone can get behind. Let's give that a go. I've got to admit, again, I'm really impressed. It seems when it's got more to get his teeth into, when it's got stuff that... I mean, it's not hard to find Band-Maid stuff on Google, but for some reason it's struggling with it. But maybe there's just more media for it to work with here. But definitely, I mean, it's lent more into the foxes than the Babymetal. But you can still see, like, the top right one, it's got 3 members. So clearly it's got that from Babymetal. The bottom left one is definitely an army of foxes. So that's kind of creepy looking foxes. I'm really impressed by the bottom right one though, and I got a blown up image of that. That looks really, you can really get the Babymetal vibe from that, but at the same time, super, super evil and dark. Now, I've got to assume Sue's in the middle. She appears to be the tallest one of the 3, and they've got like the distorted like fox things around them. But Sue, like her eyes have just, yeah, she's been possessed in this one. And then you've got Moa and Yui just kind of looking away, but with a sort of a darkness. Why does this app go so dark? I know I'm asking you for a metal artist, but come on. Anyway, artistically, I really like this. But yeah, all of these are kind of really cool. I'm impressed with it. Not much more to say, but definitely that is really cool what it's done there. So, okay, as it's going a bit on the dark side, I'm going to try and flip this and go for something a little bit lighter. So I will come back to Babymetal because I've got a couple more ideas for Babymetal. But before I do, I'm going to try... I was thinking for Band-Maid, I didn't try Cluppo. Now, Cluppo's a one-word name. I know Cluppo's not as famous as Band-Maid, but maybe if I put that in, I'll get something that will really make sense. And then I'm going to do something bizarre for Kyary Pamyu Pamyu as it clearly recognises her. So first of all, I'm going to try Cluppo Rules the World. Just so it's got some context. And surely it's going to pick up on Miku for this one. So let's give this a go. Well, that is a big, solid no. No. I even Googled Cluppo before I did this, just to see that nothing else weird came up. And I don't know, maybe my Google searches, maybe it knows my preference and it's just showing me that stuff for that reason. But this, I don't know what this has to do with Cluppo. I get the world references, but it's colourful. It's almost like when it does a Google search for Cluppo, it maybe scans the images that comes back and realises that as a general, most of the images are very colourful. So it knows, okay, when I do an image of Cluppo, I should respond with a lot of colours. So I'm guessing it probably gets a colour palette from the Google search as well as subject matters, because this is very colourful. So I have to assume that is inspired by when you Google Cluppo, you get all the colours of her in bright colourful stuff. And a lot of this does seem to be those colours. So yeah, I think it is getting something from it, but nah, that's not really it. So next I'm going to try a Kyary Pamyu Pamyu one. And I was thinking about this for a few moments, and I think let's really push it. I'm going to go with Kyary Pamyu Pamyu buys like enough ice cream for a lifetime, or a lifetime supply of ice cream or something. Let's give that a go. I really hope that one works. It seems to recognise us, so let's give that a go, see what we get. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I would say that the bottom 2, they kind of have that vibe, but they don't really look so much like her. The top right one is kind of terrifying, and I don't know why part of her hair cuts off. The top left one, though, I think that's a real winner. I think she would definitely wear that kind of hairstyle. It does kind of look a lot like Kyary, facially, although in a much more sort of artistic way. And she does appear to have a lifetime supply of ice cream. That's a winner. That is a winner. That picture is a winner. I'm going with that. That's really cool. That's really cool. Yeah, I like that a lot. So yeah, Kyary Pamyu Pamyu buys a lifetime supply of ice cream. 4 of them pretty, yeah. Bottom 2 are okay. Top right, pretty good. Top left, I think that's a proper winner. All right, so I said that I'm going to come back round to Babymetal, and I meant it. There's one that I really wanted to try, because you might have noticed when I typed in famous Japanese singers into Google, the thing that kept on coming back to me was that it didn't actually say Babymetal, it said Suzuka. So I'm thinking I want to get an image of Suzuka. Now, I was thinking a moment ago when I was doing this one, like how I've done Kyary Pamyu Pamyu with a lifetime supply of ice cream, I want to think of something like a setup. Now, what I didn't mention when I first started doing this is that on the free trial, which is of course all I can afford, you only get 25 goes. And I used some goes as well doing other little experimentations and doing like some artwork for the channel, which I will share with you guys as well. I think I showed some at the beginning of the video, didn't I? But I thought of a really good scenario. I think I'm kind of running out of images that I can create. So I thought Suzuka meeting the fox god. I really hope this one works, because how cool would that be? So let's give it a go. Let's see if we can make Suzuka meet the fox god. Sorry to Yui and Moa, but you know, I thought picking one person, the Kyary thing definitely seems to be working, so let's pick one person. It's time to meet the fox god. I am really impressed again. Okay, look, I know that the images, they don't look 100% like her. The one in the top right, yeah, I get it, it doesn't look 100% like her. The one in the bottom right kind of looks a bit more like her. But the artistic style of all four of them is really different. All four of them are super cool. I think the one in the top left is the only one where it actually looks like she is there meeting the fox god. And the fox god looks so weird. It's like this fox thing with the patterns, but there's no eyes on it, and yeah, it looks like some weird ethereal being, and you've got her in the background. So that's a brilliant image. I'll definitely get that one. Again, not only do you like take one of your 25 when you get like this little panel of 4, but if you get one of them blown up to full scale, that takes another one. So I'm definitely going to get that one blown up. The one in the bottom left is really cool. I must admit, I think that is awesome. But yeah, again, it doesn't look enough like her. And, you know, I think artistically that is amazing. But I think I would still take the image of her with the, like, the kabuki fox mask, the kitsune mask, that they use in, like, the Megitsune video. I think that is still better. So that's really cool, but I think it would always just make you think, oh, that looks like a copy of the Megitsune photo. So that's awesome, but maybe not so much. The top right one, I just love the idea of her wearing a fox hoodie. It's a shame it doesn't look more like her, but it does definitely carry the Babymetal vibe, like, a lot. So, okay, I'm gonna get that one blown up. The bottom right one is weird because it's like, I think there's candles at the bottom, and it definitely has, like, because I always think about like the Babymetal performances kind of have that sort of semi-gothic feel a lot of the time, so it kind of looks like a Babymetal image. And plus, as I say, that one to me looks the most like Sue. And the weird pattern behind her, although it looks like one of those blot patterns, it does have like the vibe of you've got the fox ears. You do get a vibe of some weird fox spirit behind her. So that one's really cool. I'm going to try and get that one blown up as well. But wow, that is some cool artwork. Now, I must say, what I'm going to mention on this one is I would fully, wholeheartedly recommend you guys try and use the service as well. It's free to use on 25 goes. If you guys want me to, I was thinking we haven't done much of a merch page. I don't know if we're actually allowed to do this. This is not artwork of the real people. This is just inspired by real people. So maybe we can sell some t-shirts with these. If you would like me to do that, please let me know. I'll get some t-shirts up of some of these pictures on the merch page if you want me to. I'm really impressed by these. I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys do as well. Please put some of your ones up there if you get some really cool stuff. Unfortunately, it is very hard. I mean, as you can see, even if I mention like famous Japanese singers, it's hard to get a very good facial match for them. So yeah, it might be difficult. If most of the Japanese artists we're into, I doubt we would be able to get very convincing pictures. But if you're creative, you can get some pretty cool artwork that definitely catches the vibe of your favorite Japanese artist. I thought this was brilliant. I really enjoyed this a lot. So please let me know. And yeah, maybe if I get on another device, I can like restart my 25 by going in for a different IP address. I have just blown up that bottom right image and had a closer look at it because I downloaded the full one. I can see that one of her eyes is a bit bigger than the others. So I can go into Photoshop and I can kind of correct that a bit because this is a good picture. I think this would make a good shirt, so I might correct that one a little bit. I don't know about 100% about that. But definitely the one with her with the fox god, that look, when you've got that blown up, that looks so much better because you've got her face turning around looking at it. That is such a cool image. Oh my God, this app is awesome. So there you go. Once again, thanks for tuning in. Let me know in the comments which your favourite ones were, and if you want to see any of them on t-shirts, that I'll pop on the merch page for as cheap as I can. And until I hopefully see you very soon in Japan for the next one of these, for now, ciao ciao.